Shalom, everybody. This is Sapore Bream. I am the artistic director for artisticministry.net. And this video, I'm doing this at the beginning of the Sabbath, and this is a gift and a treat to my subscribers. Something to hopefully that will be something just enjoyable. Maybe just, I don't know, very, very peaceful, kind of fun to start off the Sabbath. And basically what it is I am one of the tactics that these gang-stalker, witch-stalker perpetrators that they use. One of them is home invasion, and part of that it's connected with the tactic of gaslighting, to come into someone's home, move things around, maybe whatever they do, to kind of get us flustered and kind of confused, like doubting our own reality, like, gosh, why would I move the trash can over here, or who cut this pair of pants? Why, just those things that make us doubt and make us question our own reality, our own perception on things. And of course, it's things that if we call the police, it's so weird and so trivial and so out there that they kind of don't take us serious, or we get the reputation amongst the police officers of being paranoid, and our insanity, our thinking, they question that and stuff like that. And so that's but that's what one of the purposes of the home invasion is to do. Another purpose is to get us all just scared and vulnerable that someone has access to our home and such. But for me, what they've been doing lately, what you're seeing here, this is a stack of canvases. You see some pre-stretched canvases here in the front, and in the back there you see some some rolls of unstretched canvases. But basically, I'm an artist. I studied art. I graduated with a BFA from State College. And I paint in oils. That's my medium of choice. A lot of my underpaintings are in acrylic. But lately I haven't had a lot of time, just like the energy or the time to do it, because oil painting, it takes a lot. At least for me it does. Just really quality time to really work on what I don't have. So these have been sitting here for years. I mean, some of these were started like when I first moved in here, but I haven't been able to finish them. But basically what's been happening is that these individuals, whoever it is, it could be one person, two people, it could be a group of them, I don't know, it could be it varies maybe from time to time. Maybe sometimes it's one person, maybe it's a couple of them. But what they do is they like to come up in here and they move through these canvases, and they move them around. It's like they're looking through them. I don't know if they're trying to monitor my progress on these paintings, hoping that I will have something that they could maybe steal, that they could maybe this subject matter or something that they could use against me, or make fun of me, or I don't know, pass along to their handlers or something. I don't know. But one of the reasons I know that they have done this is because this canvas panel right here, it's, as you can see, it sets on it's like one of those old steam heaters, but basically it's a canvas panel. It's got the name Yahuwah. It's the name of the of the Almighty Creator, and some people pronounce it Yahweh, Jehovah, Yahuwah. But I know that there are a lot of us that pronounce it as Yahuwah. But I was working on this. I was trying to work on just like a color palette or whatever. But so it sets right here, and I came in one time and it was actually moved like this. Now, there's no way that this could have slipped, and just slid down like that. That's impossible. It's at an angle. I put it at an angle so that wouldn't happen. I am in Northern California, so there's a possibility that maybe there were some earth tremors or something, and maybe the wall was shaking. But if the wall was shaking hard enough, it would have knocked it. It would have knocked it off. It would have knocked it down behind it. But it wouldn't have just set it neatly like that. That's improbable. And like I said, that was either set it there to get at these canvas rolls, or they could have just put it there just knowing that I would notice that and get a little worried and upset or whatever. I mean, I don't know. But basically for me, there have been times in my past where people have stolen my artwork. I was in a shelter one time, and one of my the women that was in the dorm with me, she got housing first, and so she had let me keep some of my art supplies there in one of the closets in one of the extra rooms that she had. And then there was a couple that was at the shelter. They left the shelter, and she was renting them that room. And she came and told me one day that the boyfriend Pete, that he was into graffiti writing, graffiti art, and he had asked if he could use some of my art supplies. So he had obviously gone through the things, and I found out later that he had gotten into art school, and when I went to get my things, when I got my place, a lot of the canvases were gone. So I just assumed that he had maybe used them to get into art school. So I mean, I just share that to just give you an idea that it's not far-fetched for me to think that someone would be interested in taking my artwork. I mean, and I've shared, if you've looked through my videos, one of the that I did, just sharing my experiences of being a targeted individual. One of the experiences that I did have was when I first started to work on art. I worked at a movie theater, and they used to let me take home just like the boxes that the soda cups and popcorn cups were in, and I would just, gesso them and just work with acrylic. And I had put one down. I was living in an SRO. We had a shared bathroom. I set it down, went to the bathroom, came back. It couldn't have been more than 10 minutes, and it was gone. I mean, it happens, But where I'm at with it now is I'm just not the giving them that power of feeling, frightened and worried and vulnerable and frustrated and angry. Because, I mean, it's obvious that they have come in here. The majority of the paintings is, as you can see, these canvases are, I keep them, the front of the paintings to the wall, and that's just to cut down on exposure to dust, exposure to heat, exposure to light. These right here, these wooden things, these are just I just made some homemade drawing panels. They're really large, oversized drawing panels of door skin, what a lot of closet doors are made from. Just went to Home Depot, got some door skins with some, and glued with just some of the just wooden bars, wooden sticks, just glued them there and just use them for oversized work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some of these with you, just so you can see what it is that is here, because I'm not ashamed of them. I'm not hiding them. I don't know what they hope that they're going to get from it, because I haven't worked on them for years. So if they're thinking that sometime they're going to come up in here and find something really great and they're going to be able to take it, probably not going to happen. I mean, especially when you see them, it's going to be like, these guys, that would be stupid. So I'm thinking they're thinking that they're just going to get me flustered and scared and worried and keep me on my toes and worrying about what they're doing with my canvases. Oh my gosh. Well, you're going to see, hey, they can do what they want. But, okay, so I'm gonna show you some of them. This is of what it is, and then just give you an idea of what it is that they're, and you'll see that again, that this is just, them being, I don't know, facetious and dumb, and just that's an opportunity to just share some of my artwork. Okay, this is one, as I said, it hasn't been finished. It's the lead singer to the when he was much younger, the reggae group Steel Pulse. It's David Hines. One of the things that he was really, he has a huge, it's called a conga dread, but as you can see, it's barely, I haven't really got a lot in it. I worked some more detail on the dreadlocks, but the lights, I guess the way the camera was taking it, I haven't really like blended in or really worked out the palette as to how I want to do the highlights on his bottom lip or that area around the chin and on the side of the nostril. But this is just one of them, that's back there. This one here is one that I was tentatively calling this one either. I was either going to call it European Voodoo or religious supremacy. And basically what this is just me making a statement on the on just the way the Christianity was. We know that that the gospel was spread to the Gentiles, and they pretty much quote unquote inherited it, and the bulk of Jacob was scattered to the four corners of the earth, and what remained of it, some of it, is modern day, I guess, the a lot of the Judaism is some of it, but Christianity is a part of it. Those were two European cultures that inherited it, and basically they whitewashed it. And so when we were taken into captivity, into forced, chattel slavery, a lot of those European just racist supremacy, they forced us to worship our own religion, but through their perspective. And so, as you can see, this is an aerial view of a congregation, of a church. The people are African American. It's again, I've barely even blocked it in. So as you can see, let me pull back here a little so you can see here. It's not even in the front. There's hardly I've hardly got anything in these white areas here on the foreground. It's barely even worked in. Like, here's this woman right here. It's an aerial perspective, but she's kneeling. She's got a tambourine in her hand. This woman right here is basically, it's a charismatic worship service. This is for the first 5 to 7 years of my life, I was in it was a charismatic Christian church, and this was one of the ways of worshiping. Just a lot of I'm sure you've seen videos of it in movies and such, where they're basically in throes of ecstasy, where they're we called it was just shouting. We called it shouting, but some people call them holy rollers. But she's on the ground, and you can see that her legs are such that her dress is it's in a compromising position, where you can see kind of her inner thighs. But then you have the fellow who's this fellow right here is he's leaning over her. He's kind of clapping and praying. And you got again, this one here. I don't even have it. I mean, it's just barely something's there, But I barely have it even blocked in. This fellow's going to be playing a tambourine, and the woman next to him she's going to be clapping. But as you can see, the benches I don't even have. I mean, they just look like brown rectangles. I haven't even gotten any detail on the pews or the benches. The first one, yes, just to show that depth. Because it's an aerial perspective. And pull back again here, and you can see here in the corner that basically they're all facing this because this was how this was presented to us. It was by the time slavery began, African slavery of the so-called black slaves, African slaves. We really are descendants of the Hebrew Israelites, the ancient Hebrew Israelites. That's our real original ancient culture. But they had inherited this, and they gave it back to us, having whitewashed it. And so you can see here in the corner that the big bulk of this is taken up by this. It's a wooden. It's Jesus Christ. That's how he's been presented to us amongst English speaking. Those of us who were in the English part of the world, it's English, or it's Jesus, or I think it's Je suis. I can't remember how it is in French, but this is where this is, and so you can see. So he's technically, you're looking from maybe as to what he would see, or from behind him looking down at these black people who are worshiping and rolling and kneeling and giving praise and such to this white false icon. But I was thinking of calling it either religious supremacy or European voodoo. But as you can see, it's barely even done. And this is one, when I came in one time, it had been taken out, and where I have all of them facing, the front of the canvases are facing the wall. This one was facing front, and I don't know if, again, they were pulling it out to get to another one, or if they had pulled it out and were looking at this one, or maybe they did it just to turn it around to just kind of mess with me, thinking they were going to, I don't know, get me really flustered and upset. But that's another one. This one here is, this one is the last one I'm gonna do for this part. I'm maybe do a part 2, but I'm going to show you the reference material for this one, because it was let's get this over here, because some of these I really would. This is one of them that I was thinking of, maybe if I could possibly finish this one, that I would, but we'll see. Hold on a second. Okay. So this one, Okay, this one here, this one right here, that's looking really strange. What that really is it's based on a, it's based on a painting, a tempera painting that was done in, I think I want to say like either the Baroque era or the Renaissance era. And it is, I can't even remember what it's called. I think I have the book. I got it from a book. I think it's called The Many Faces of Jesus. But basically what it is they were trying to talk about the whole triune God, where he's three in one. But where you've got, you can see here you have the profiles, but then you have the front face. I mean, I liked that. It was so out there for me when I saw that. I immediately liked that. And so that's the reference material that I'm using. But what I have right here, this is again, because I always feel, I like to draw and paint larger, on large size canvas. This one is only a tad bit smaller than this one, the European Voodoo or the Religious Supremacy. This one I think is more like, might even be like 40 by 60. This one I think is like a 30 by 40, but I could be off on that. But basically I had the picture that I showed you, the black and white. I had this picture in mind. Okay, when I was doing this one, but what I was basically referencing is the scripture in the book of Revelations where John the Revelator saw the beast, or I can't remember if it was the prophet or the priest or the beast, I can't remember, but he had the three frogs coming out of his mouth.